Hi, and welcome to Lee Street Beat. This week, I'm talking to T, the man, and we're talking about all that's going on with this week with the Trump administration and everything else. This week for the Trump administration has been severely embarrassing. At the top of the week, Chuck and Nancy paid a visit to the White House. The meeting was contentious. It was combative. Trump got a taste of how 2019 will go. And Chuck and Nancy did not back down. And they got Trump to own the government shutdown over funding for the border and the wall. Tita Man, you saw that exchange. I don't know why that fool had all those reporters in there to watch him melt down.
Well, it was a setup. Donald Trump thought he was going to come and play Chuck and Nancy, but they've seen that version before. They would go to the show. He would just do his pitch and how he's the greatest and how he's doing this, and you're gonna give me my $5 billion for the wall. So he decided that he was gonna bring the cameras in this time because he was going for maximum exposure. But they were ready for him. He got played. Nancy emboldened with new power that she's gonna be the Speaker of the House, talking about, you gotta come to me because I'm holding the purse strings. And she turned to the camera and said, obviously, he doesn't have, we're not discussing the same set of facts. Her facts are based in reality. His facts is based in fantasy. He got, what, $1.6 billion that he hasn't used, and he won another $5 billion. So him and his cronies can give out these contracts to scam the American people. You don't need a wall to fix the problem that you created. Talking about border security, these imbeciles just take stupidity to a new low. And I mean, they're strapped with a rocket with afterburners and just heading straight down to the point of no return of stupidity.
The reality of it is that they've only spent 6% of the money that's already been allocated to them, and they're already experiencing overruns. And I don't think Chuck and Nancy were wrong with letting him know that, we will give you a little bit, but you know what, if you're going to act the fool, we're not going to even talk to you. I mean, Donald Trump wants to not even listen to what the experts have said. They said building a wall is not going to be effective. There's a lot of ways for us to secure the border. We can use drones. There's new technology. Donald Trump doesn't want to own the new technology. He doesn't want to, look at any of those reports. He just wants to build a wall.
The reason why Trump want to build a wall, we're thinking about other things, is that just like the Great Wall of China that you can see from space, he wants to see his 2,000-mile border. So if you ever go into space and people will say, that's the wall that Trump built. See, he's a narcissist. It's about him. It's not about the safety of anybody and keeping terrorists out. They can do that. They know how to do that. That's not a problem. I mean, hell, why are you building a damn wall when you got a whole damn ocean where if they want to come, they just float in on a damn boat, walk into New York City. Shit, are you kidding me? And you talking about build a wall? Please. This is about him talking about it, building his creative legacy. Well, Donald Trump, let me tell you what you're going to get. Your legacy is going to be you the worst president ever in the history of the United States of America. And if things go the way, well, what a lot of Americans are hoping is that you be impeached and in jail after the impeachment. That is what
lock him up.
That's what we are hoping. You the worst ever. And then you wag your tail like a dog and talking about, oh, look at your 401k. Look at your 401k now. I want all the people talking about the economy. Look at the 401k, how the market is tanking. Now you in a match with China about tariffs. Who you think they're hurting? They're not, they ain't hurting the Chinese. Hell, they're eating bowls of rice and pieces of pork in it. They ain't looking, and the ones that are rich and wealthy go to London or Dubai. Shit. They don't need American goods. We need them.
Absolutely.
This man, it just got, I don't know, maybe his degree was in economic stupidity when his daddy bought his degree from Penn for him. I don't know. Sandy, you tell me.
Well, you know what? Donald Trump is he's having the worst week And I have a sense that, you know what, he might even have more worse weeks to come. But Michael Cohen has been sentenced to 3 years. And he is going to be serving those 3 years, but he's also talking to the press about what happened. And he met with George Stephanopoulos, and they spoke today about Trump being in the room when him and Pecker were talking about the paying off the women. And this is well before him being nominated the GOP candidate. They wanted to suppress this information. And so it's been really devastating for him because he keeps trying to say that Michael Cohen is a liar. But AMI has waned in and said that they agree.
We know Trump is a liar. He told one story. He had nothing to do with it. He doesn't know nothing. Ask Michael Cohen. Now he's telling us to ask his liar, who's his lawyer. And then he comes back and says, Michael Cohen's a liar and he was a low-level player. No, Michael Cohen was the executive vice president for the Trump organization. He was
I don't hear any other lawyers that he had working for him. And he doesn't call AMI a liar. He doesn't call David Pecker a liar. So and he also has his attorney that's been his attorney as well as his father's attorney that's also weighing in on this. This investigation it goes far beyond just having paid these playmates and porn stars, but it also goes to how they did it in an accounting way, how they repaid back Michael Cohen, which they repaid him much more than was given, and how they put it on the ledger that it was for lawyer fees when in all essence it really wasn't. Donald Trump went on Fox News yesterday and just lied all day long. I mean, the man should really, really take a look at himself, understand that right now his options are limited, and the walls are closing in on him and his children, because his children also are responsible and one of the few people who can sign checks, and some of those checks probably were signed by them to pay back Michael Cohen because he got paid back like $400-some thousand, like this, $130,000, $150,000 deal. So there's a lot of information coming out, and it's coming out even more. And Donald Trump is going to have a horrible, horrible, horrible Christmas. And next year, he's screwed.
Hey, all I can say is Happy New Year, Donald Trump, because it's going to be a happy one for everybody else and an unhappy one for you, which makes a lot of us very, very happy. Listen, Donald Trump, this is his whole life. He's been a New York con man. That's what they call him. People there in New York knows how he operates. He wants to strong arm and bully people, and, he got that whole mobster mentality. But the problem has happened is that the law is catching up, and it's catching up on two sides. You got the federal government on one side, and then the other side, you got the state of New York. This new attorney general is not going to play. They're looking into the Trump organization. They're looking into the Trump Foundation. They're looking at him, his wife, his kids. They know that there's been malfeasance. They know there's been illegal activity. And they're going to go in there, and there's nothing he can do to stop him. And so that's making Trump very nervous. So he's flailing around like a fish, that just came out of the water and trying to get back in. But you know what? He's trapped, and he knows he's trapped. It's a matter of time. It's not if, it's a matter of when.
Well, I was, I guess happy to see, Michael Cohen kind of own it. After implicating, Donald Trump, he apologized for his conduct. He lamented that I blame myself for the conduct which has brought him here today. This is what he told the judge. And he said that it was his own weakness and blind loyalty to Donald Trump that led him to choose darkness over light. When I looked at Michael Cohen going into the court and, the son and daughter and his wife, I see a man who's trying to change his life. I see a man who is really, showed an act of contrition. And it sounds like he's kind of going on a little talking tour, and that's only going to make things worse for Donald Trump, because people could say they don't believe Michael Cohen because he's a liar, but this man's got tapes, and this man's got AMI, and he also has Donald Trump's accountant to all back him up. So if you don't believe Michael Cohen, you got to understand that these other people are backing up everything he say. You may call him a liar, but you know what? The man got receipts.
Yeah, he has receipts, and Michael Cohen is, I I'm gonna call it his little pity tour. He's looking all sad, broke down, and he's looking for his act of contrition. He wants to have forgiveness, but Michael Cohen done a lot of dirt,
Absolutely.
and he done it to good people. So
Mm-hmm.
he has to pay. That's what happens when you sell your soul to the devil.
And he
Donald
also
Trump is
has people be on probation, and he has money to pay back too.
$2 million, 3 years of probation after you get out of jail for 3 years, and then to top it all off, they're not like, I call this a crime of paper. They say white collar, but this is basically a paperwork crime. You got money and you shuffled papers and you did the illegal stuff. They're sending him to a medium security prison. And you say to yourself, well, why don't they just send him to a low-end prison? He's going to be in prison. He can't escape. But why send him to a medium security prison? He's going to be in there with the drug dealers. He's going to be in the people who they didn't finish killing the person, but there's still violent criminals in there. So, I think the prison term and where they're sending him is probably a lot harsher than what he deserved. But then again, he deserves everything he get because he got in bed with the devil. And you know what happens when you get into bed with the devil? Well, yeah, they say, I've been nice. They say you're going to get screwed. In this case, he's getting totally screwed from every orifice that he has.
Well, you know what? The Congress has been on Google about, and so has the Donald Trump. He's been, out here tweeting about, Google and how he feels like Google searches are against conservatives. They sent a Sunar to testify to Congress regarding their plans to launch a search engine in China, but invariably ended up fielding questions on why, when you search the word idiot, Donald Trump comes up. Google refuted claims that their search engines are politically biased. Trump espoused that Google searches are rigged against himself and conservatives, but Google pushed back, stating it's not possible for an individual to manipulate our search results or algorithms. That it says algorithms have no notion of political sentiment in it. And then Congressman Ted Lieu stated, if you want positive results, do positive things. If you don't want negative results, don't do negative things. These old men questioning this executive from Google look like your drunk uncle who has no idea how to even understand what a search engine does. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he kept asking the Google executive about the iPhone. That already told you that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And truth be told, who's a better example of being an idiot than Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
If you want a visual person of somebody who's an idiot, it's Donald Trump. It's not Putin. He's not considered no idiot.
Donald Trump's a useful idiot to Putin.
Yeah. Mohammed, Salam bin, whatever his name is, MSB. He's not an idiot. The only one in the whole group that Trump want to be like is Trump. And then they all tell you that he's the idiot.
He is. Yeah, that was a horrible display of a bunch of old men who talk to Mark Zuckerberg about the situation, can't talk to Google, really kind of want to hone in on what they may or may not do with China, and they don't even understand that they're talking to Google and not Apple. So Lolita James, first Black New York General, New York Attorney General.
Tish James.
Tish is in the house. She's aiming for Donald Trump's head and his family's head. She plans to ignite a fire under Donald Trump and anyone in his camp that may have engaged in illegal activity. The former New York councilwoman outlined probes she intends to pursue, among them the Trump administration, his campaign headquarters, and the Trump Tower. All of them are based in New York. She'll also investigate whether he's a violation of the Emollients Clause, examine government subsidies that Trump received, the Trump Tower, meeting with the Russian official, and Trump real estate holdings. Donald Trump is has chosen a painful path, into how he's, been a part of, you know, New York's landscape. He's done nothing but not pay people. Letitia James gonna get into all of this, and there's nothing he can do about it. I don't think that Mike Pence is gonna be able to save his ass on this. I really don't.
Well, this is the state of New York, and and of course he's not liked in New York City. He's not liked by the residents of New York. So yeah, he's in a pickle. He can't call on the governor, Mario Cuomo, to help him. He ain't helping him.
He cannot.
He ain't helping him. The mayor, Blasio, he ain't helping him. Now the attorney general, and she's gunning for him, she's gonna get him. And the reason why she's gonna get him is because they committed crimes.
Exactly.
Committed crimes. It's not like they're just singling him out. He committed crimes. People have been complaining for years. And he's been getting away and paying off people. But of course, he likes to minimize African-American women. He always think they're not smart or they got some kind of genetic flaw about them that he's so much smarter than them. Well, she's gonna prove him wrong, him and his kids. Even that slow one, Eric, who thinks he's a great brain. Don Jr. ain't said nothing, So it'd be, let's see how Trump handles this. Because I'm gonna tell you, there are two black women, African-American women, that are going for Donald Trump, and they're going for his money. Tish James and my friend and my admirer, Maxine Walters. Maxine gonna get up there and make him clean,
And she gonna show him how high her IQ is. Because the one thing about Maxine,
I don't care if her IQ is 65, but when it comes to financial things, I bet her IQ is like running around about 165. So she got a 100-point jump on him.
Absolutely.
So she's gonna be able to figure out everything he needs to see. And what she don't know, she's gonna put it out there and say, if somebody know what this is, tell me. And there's a whole lot of folks that's gonna tell her exactly what he's doing. Donald Trump doing his financial malfeasance and cheating and all like that,
Not paying people, buying businesses, taking all the assets, leaving all the liabilities, shutting the place down, not leaving people unpaid, saying that some of their work is inferior, going to court, paying them half of what he owes them. I mean, he's just been a horrible, horrible businessman. He certainly declared bankruptcy 4 or 5 times. He's been caught in court lying every time he's gone to court. They've caught him lying every time. And pretty much all of the cases against him have been, he's been ruled against.
What he's done, and he's abused the law. He forms every time he goes on a project, he forms an LLC. So once he gets to the LLC, he gets the project up, gets it going. He completes it. When it comes time to pay these people, he filed bankruptcy. Moves on to the next project, starts another LLC. And
he also claims that the work that they did was inferior too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, And then, of course, the work is inferior, and then he wants to settle pennies on a dollar. So if you got a $100 million project and you put $100 million work into the project, he said it's inferior. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm only going to pay you the 10. So he profits the other $90 million.
And for a president who's done nothing but be hateful toward immigrants, he certainly seems to hire quite a few immigrants. A couple of immigrants came out I think it was last week, stating that they worked for Donald Trump for years, and that everybody knew that they were illegal immigrants. But as much hate that he puts towards immigrants on these projects, he's got plenty of illegal immigrants working, underpaying them, and in some cases not paying them at all.
Because he looks at the immigrant population as free slave labor. He feels that they should be happy that they're working for him and that they can get the minimum wage so they can have a plate of food on their table. He doesn't want to see them enriched, living happy lives, living a middle-class life, having a nice lifestyle so they can send their kids to good schools, have decent transportation, and live in safe neighborhoods. He's not about that. He wants them to come there struggling, stay struggling, so he can feel his dominance over them and says, yeah, look at them. You could be like that. But they're working and they're happy. So because they're working for me, even though they're being cheated, because that's what they want. They don't deserve that. He doesn't treat people as human beings. Mia Long says,
especially brown people.
Brown people, any people of color, women. So, like Mia Long says, he doesn't have friendships. He has convenient associations. And that's how he goes. When you think about who are Donald Trump's friends? I mean, you look at Michael Cohen, he said, well, Michael Cohen is his friend, but maybe that's because of necessity, because of the money he was getting paid by Trump. And he was getting cheated. So, you run in a corporation, and even if he was giving Michael $1 or $2 million a year, let me tell you something. The head of GE was getting paid more. The head of all these TV studios is getting paid more, and they're making just as much money as the Trump organization. And I'm gonna tell you that his top lawyer, get the little money that he was getting, Michael Cohen was getting, it was nothing. So exactly. I'm quite sure Trump paid himself a handsome sum every time he cut a check. So I don't know. This man he's going down, and the faster that he goes, the better the world will be.
We're getting toward the holidays, and his son Donald Jr. came out and said that he gave Donald Trump a gift and had it monogrammed last year, and that Trump regifted it and gave it back to him. So you know what? I don't know what they're gonna get for Christmas this year.
Well, what it is, there won't be cufflinks. We know that. maybe they'll exchange red ties. How about that?
Maybe they'll have a nice little pretty box with a bow in it, and everybody get a subpoena.
You know what I think they should do, and this is all honesty. I think that he should give his dad a Stormy Daniels DVD.
There you go. And you know what? Something from the Playmate too. I mean, I'm sure she,
right. Give them the DVD so he can visually go back and experience of the feelings that he had for Stormy.
Yeah, and give him the magazine that the Playmate is in, and so she can like kind of wrap it up and spank him with it, and you know how that go.
Yeah.
Melania has come out too and done an interview, and she says that she feels that she's bullied, and I'm gonna go ahead and bully her. What she has done in that White House for Christmas is horrible. And another thing, the president has canceled the party, the White House party for the press, but told them that they can go and tour this horrible display that his wife is.
Well, Sandra, I'm offended because Lee Street Beat wasn't invited, and we're supposed to be there. We're part of the press. We're part of the bumpers that keep this president in line, and we can't go to the White House. And listen, all I want to do is eat what beef Wellington and have lobster and shrimp, all at the government's expense. We'll crack a few jokes on, Donald Trump, wearing his the toadstool president. I mean, it's a term of endearment, right? That's what Stormy called him.
Yeah, so I just think that he can't take a joke, and
bad about that.
He doesn't have the Christmas spirit if you cancel the party for the press. That's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, listen, I guess maybe he was afraid that what's his name that they kicked out the White House? The reporter that
from CNN.
Yeah, from CNN.
Acosta?
Yeah, Jim Acosta. Yeah. So, I guess he prayed Jim was going to be there. He made sure that he wouldn't get no invitation. Listen, well, I'm going to really miss seeing Sarah Huckabee. We can talk about pulled pork sandwiches, but, since we can't come, we're going to have to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, T, you were talking about Meghan Markle's dad. Apparently, he's reached out to his ex.
Yeah, he's reached out to his ex, Dora Ragland, and he's wondering why Meghan won't talk to him. So he's you know what? When you got to go to your ex and ask her why your child is not speaking to you after you done all the things that you done to her and the rest of the siblings, and then you wonder why. I mean, there's a disconnect there, and there's some dysfunction there. All I can tell you is that, and then you're on TV talking about you don't care, and you're trying to embarrass her and humiliate her. Listen, she's about another world now. She's with the royals.
Yeah,
They're
but
very
she's with
protective.
child.
Right. They have protocol. You are no longer in that thing. And I know as an American, we don't care what the royals think because we are not beholden to no king. So, and
Donald Trump.
and Meghan, as a royal with an American blood, isn't beholden to no, I don't know, it's not beholden to her father. She's just like here in America, like other women and that or kids that have issues with their parents. It's complicated.
Yeah.
And it's not about one thing, it's about a series of things. And we all know sometimes our parents say things we don't like, so we shut them down.
Yeah, but he's trying to make money though. You know what I'm saying?
I know they're trying to make money. And she's shutting them down. She's not giving him the time of day because it's all about the money. If it was just about him and her having a relationship, it's fine. But what he wants to do is piggyback on her and make money and pimp off of her. And she's not going to allow it. She's not going to let her daddy be the Kris Jenner of the family.
Ooh.
So that's what she's saying. So, you know what?
Well, but there's also contention between Meghan and her sister as well. So,
well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I have that with my sister, and my sister's a whole lot better than her. So, and if my sister was doing that too, our families know each other. So, I would just go there. And me and my sister, we've been there. We went to the wall. We went to the max, no shortage of it. I'm just not going to I ain't going to put my family business out here on TV, but I love my sister. But my sister would never undermine me like that in public. Between each other, in a room to ourselves, me and her, we go at it. But when we walk out that room, there ain't nothing but love for one another, and we're fiercely protective of each other. Now, my sister's out there on Facebook. People tell me, and you told me about things, my sister on Facebook. And my answer to everybody is, I'm not on Facebook.
So Cardi B is off Offset.
Oh, listen.
Apparently, she's found some text that he wanted to do a threesome. He's got his ex-side chicks coming out doing Instagram videos talking about how sorry they are for I guess disrespecting the relationship, knowing that he's married but still carrying on these affairs. Offset has come out and said that he missed Cardi B, wants her back. Cardi B's out there changing her raps to say that I off Offset and that they getting a divorce. Oh man, you know what? I don't care about her marriage as much as I like Cardi B. I want to see her win. You can't have much faith, brother, who's like 26 years and already got 26 years old and already got 4 kids already. He's young. He's still out here doing stuff. I don't know if they'll get back together, but
listen, this here is a marriage doomed to fail. You got 2 talented but immature people. Offset got babies out there like he's Johnny Appleseed. Now they're saying that he might, according to certain publications, saying that he may have his side chick is pregnant with another baby while he's engaged in this marriage. So, and then also they've been saying that Cardi B may be pregnant again, so it complicates her divorce. But he supposedly have pledged to pay her $10 million if he cheats again. Well, if he got another baby out there, but that came probably after she found out about the side baby that might be happening. Listen, I wish Cardi B well. I think she's a young woman that got a lot of talent and can do a lot of good things. I don't know if Offset is the person that she really needs in her life right now to help her go on with her career.
Okay, well, Cardi might be getting that $10 million already. God bless her soul. Her and Offset, I wish them the best, but at the same time, if it works out, great. If it don't work out, I'm good with that. But you know what? Lee Street Beat every now and then has some great news. And T, I know we talked about Barack Obama. You know, we love good news. Barack Obama was awarded the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Award at the New York City Gala. It's the Ripple of Hope Award. It celebrates leaders who demonstrated a commitment to social change. Past recipients have been Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, Bono, George Clooney, and Robert De Niro. You know what? He gave a great speech. He talked about hope. It was just great seeing him. And by the way, tickets are on sale for those who want to go and see his wife. She'll be here in Georgia, I think, in May of next year for her book, which is outsold. I think it's the highest selling book already for 2018. But I'm proud of Barack Obama. He's a humanitarian. He's done great things, and he continues to do great things.
Well, he's our president. I mean, when people look back at the United States and they say he's our president, I don't know too many people of goodwill want to call Trump their president. We just say Trump, he's the president, but he's not our president. Right. And partly because is that Barack Obama did everything. He's not a perfect man, but he did everything the right way. He tried to do it with compassion. He tried to do it with empathy. He tried to do it with moral conviction. You don't have no scandals of Barack Obama cheating. You don't have no scandals of Barack Obama doing graft.
No drama, Obama.
Yeah, right. And then he's not perfect. There's things in his policies that he did that I'm not happy with. I wish he hadn't have done. But compared to Donald Trump, he's a candidate for sainthood. I mean, so that's it. And he's admired by people of the political party. They may not agree with him, but they respect him. And to have you saying that you respect Donald Trump, that's almost like an oxymoron. Because the people who respect Donald Trump, you really kind of question your sanity. This man is what you don't want your child to be. It used to be when we were growing up, I would like to grow up to be president someday. I don't hear nobody saying, I want my child to be president like Donald Trump someday. Who wants their child? You know what? And I just want to ask these mothers out there who, when they go to these rallies, these Trump rallies, let him hold your baby. Do you know if it's a baby girl in 16 or 17 years that this man may want to sleep with her? Be careful what you wish for. But yes, I'm so proud of that Barack got that award. He was deserving of that award. And all the prior recipients too. But I know who won't get that reward, and that is Donald John Trump.
Yeah. Also, well, next week we're going to be doing our Christmas show, T. So I'm excited about that, man.
I am too. You know what? I'm going to put on some Christmas decorations on me. I'm going to put on a red hat, maybe a green shirt, you know, and start the show off saying ho, ho, ho. One more good thing I want to say. I read about Keanu Reeves from the Matrix trilogy. He's been donating he's donated over $100 million to children's hospitals. Kudos to him. He's doing something good with his money other than, you know, just spend it on himself. Also, I like to say, you know, I think you should be able to spend your money any way that you want to when you earn and work, make your money. But there is a certain preacher out there, and he's very famous, and he bought his wife a Lamborghini. So I just think that it doesn't give the right look when you are a media preacher. I'll call it out. John Gray bought his wife a $200,000 SUV Lamborghini, and I know he has shows and stuff, but it doesn't give him the look. If he would have went out there and got him a Range Rover or any other thing, yeah. But you know, when you're sitting there trying to preach and talking about people get their lives right, it kind of gives off the wrong vibe. But you know,
yeah, you know, I'm a John Gray fan, but when he met with Dan months ago, it made me feel some kind of way. So
yeah, but you know, we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to hate on them. They got their reasons. It's their money. They can spend the money they want to. I spend my money the way I want to. You spend your money you want to. Like you said, we're going to have a Christmas show, and we're going to have a good time. And you know, we're going to try to keep it upbeat for Lee Street Beat.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
So until next week, this is T the Man and Sandra Tucker, and we'll have S Hacker. She's been a little on the weather with the cold and whatnot, so hopefully she'll feel better and she'll watch this show like the rest of us. And if you got comments, we're on the YouTube channel, Lee Street Beat Podcast. So you can put your comments out there. You can also subscribe. So until next week, this is T the Man, Sandra Tucker. Bye-bye.